The private eye editor was speaking on the second installment of The Princes and the Press trademark, which aired last night on BBC Two. The documentary sees BBC media editor Amol Rajan explore the firm TMS tempestuous past 3 years, covering topics such as the birth of Prince Harry and Meghan, TMS son Archie, and the royal tours of the Sussexes and Prince William and Kate, Duchess of Cambridge. Naturally, Mr. Rajan also explores the circumstances which surrounded Harry and Meghan stepping down from the royal family last year. While assessing the type of coverage Meghan received while a member of the firm, the documentary explores the media response to Meghan attending an extravagant baby shower in New York. Some publications were scathing of the Duchess' trademark decision to travel to New York for the party in February 2019 to celebrate the impending arrival of Harry and Meghan's first son, Archie. Daily Mail columnist Amanda Platell said on the documentary, "She went to New York, had this fantastically extravagant baby shower. And it just seemed so ostentatious." However, Mr. Hislop, who has been a team captain on BBC comedy show Have I Got News For You trademark since the 90s, launched a defense of Meghan. The journalist claimed that a royal must be dull to be safe from media scrutiny. Mr. Hislop said, "They are safe as long as they TM-re dull. And as long as we feel they TM-re having quite a boring life, involving dogs and horses and Scotland and other things we TM-re not terribly jealous about. The minute they TM-re having a good time, that all looks a bit too much fun. And the basic job is to sit in the rain and wave." Journalist Rachel Johnson also noted that royals are expected to remain uncontroversial. While assessing the difference in the media and public TMS response to Kate and Meghan, Ms. Johnson claimed that certain journalists responded better to the Duchess of Cambridge because she is not political and doesn't TMT open her mouth. Ms. Johnson said, "There are women journalists in this country who basically say Kate is perfect, she TMS our English rose trademark. They have a perfect template of what they want a royal female to be, not political, doesn't TMT open her mouth very much in public, who makes very short scripted speeches on very safe subjects. Whereas Meghan Markle will talk about period poverty, she TMLL talk about racism, she will talk about female empowerment. These are trigger subjects in this country, where the royal family, despite being led by the Queen for 70-odd years, is still a very patriarchal, hierarchical country." The BBC documentary has caused controversy and created tension between the broadcaster and the firm. Last week, Buckingham Palace, Clarence House and Kensington Palace even released a joint statement criticising the programme. The royal households believed the Princes and the Press trademark to have made overblown and unfounded claims and added they were disappointed the BBC had given credibility to the claims. In particular, the royal family are said to be unhappy that the documentary explored allegations that negative stories about royal life were based on information leaked from people connected to other royal households. The BBC subsequently responded, insisting the programme is about how royal journalism is done and features a range of journalists and the newspaper industry. Watch The Princes and the Press trademark on BBC iPlayer. The new clip for the HBO cartoon, Prince George tells Meghan to stop now as the Duchess of Sussex talks about flying with JetBlue in their business class. This comes as Harry came under fire for using a private jet to Colorado months after preaching about climate change. In the video, shared by creator Gary Giannetti, Harry says, "Hello all, sorry we TM-re late. Our flight was delayed you know, JetBlue." Catty George snaps back, "We don't TMT no. Gross." Meghan tells the family, "It was mint though," before turning to Harry and saying, "Tell them we were in mint." Kate Middleton replies back instead, sarcastically saying, "They gave you a mint. How lovely for you. I have some gum in my purse if you TMD like." But Meghan tells her, "No, we were in mind. It TMS like their business class. It TMS really nice. They give you these cookies and..." Quickly George then cuts in and says, "Meghan, I TM begging you to stop now. The HBO cartoon has already sparked a furious backlash in the UK, with an expert warning Britons will not tolerate attacks on the Queen. The new series centres on the life of 8-year-old Prince George and his encounters with the rest of the royals. The satirical cartoon, that pokes fun at the firm and portrays George as an entitled, spoilt child, has been heavily criticised by leading commentators. Commentator Ryan Mark Parsons has accused the producers of going too far, branding the series as repulsive and cringe-worthy. He also hit out at the timing of its release and its contents, as it portrays the late Prince Philip as very old and close to death. Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, stunned fans with her new portrait posted by her reading room. On Sunday, Camilla's, 74, reading room released an image of the royal reading in the gardens at Highgrove House. Inspired by the popularity of her reading lists shared during the beginning of the pandemic, Camilla launched her reading room to share book recommendations with fans. The Duchess also offers insights from the authors about their books. The reading room's Instagram, which boasts 116,000 followers, shared the personal image of the royal reading. Princess Eugenie's charity, the Anti-Slavery Collective, shared a touching picture to commemorate a significant anniversary. Created by the royal with her best friend, Julia de Boinville, in 2017, the charity was created to combat modern slavery and raise awareness, and the organization posted a throwback picture on Tuesday of the princess at a service at Westminster Abbey in October 2016. It was to commemorate the birthday of William Wilberforce, who was born on August 24, 1759. Prince Harry was unquestionably changed by his marriage to Meghan Markle, a royal expert has said. The Duke of Sussex reportedly has changed since his marriage to the former actress, as the royal had an ongoing rift with his brother, Prince William, even prior to leaving to the States. Prince Harry himself has said that William and himself find themselves on different paths. Royal expert Richard Fitzwilliams claims that Harry resented not being taken seriously as he tried to move away from his wild child image. Kate, the Duchess of Cambridge, has been warned that a project with Meghan Markle would be so good for her public image, as a perception remains that she is not as hard-working as other senior royals. Meghan Markle could offer Kate, the Duchess of Cambridge, a helpful opportunity to demonstrate her commitment to public duties, claims a royal expert. Rumors of a potential Netflix project between Kate and Meghan have begun to circulate, after it emerged the Duchesses had improved their relationship in recent months. As the Duchess is never super flashy about her work ethic, certain people have commented that she is less hard-working in comparison to other senior royals. Prince Edward revealed what he thought of Kate Middleton after her first year of royal engagements in a throwback interview. The Duchess of Cambridge married into the royal family more than a decade ago. A royal expert recently noted how she and Prince William were first perceived to be too formal and stuffy, but over the years Kate completely adapted to the role and made it her own. Duncan Larkham, author of Prince Harry, The Inside Story, described the Duchess of Cambridge as perfect and highly relatable to the British public. The royal expert noted that the public has warmed to the Cambridges in the 10 years since their royal wedding. Princess Leonor and Princess Alexia have both decided to ditch the European Union and study in the post-Brexit United Kingdom. Princess Leonor of Spain and Princess Alexia of the Netherlands have a huge month ahead of them as they prepare to move to the UK to study. Leonor, who is King Felipe and Queen Letizia TM's daughter and the heir to the Spanish throne, will study the International Baccalaureate program for 2 years at the UWC Atlantic College in the Vale of Glamorgan, Wales. The 15-year-old will be joined by Alexia, who is the second daughter of King Willem-Alexander and Queen Maxima. Isabella Marsons is taking over from Katie Harris. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have been branded out of touch by a royal commentator over their use of private jets. The Duke of Sussex reportedly took a private jet back from a charity polo match last week despite regularly preaching to the public on climate change. Royal expert Angela Levin told Talk Radio, "It shows A, they are out of touch, and B, that they are huge hypocrites." They tell all the world what we have to do, it is very important we must do it, but they don't think they are involved in that, they have an exception because they are so grand and they are so important. But these private jets have at least 10 times more damage to the atmosphere than a commercial jet, and 50 times more damage than if he went by train, but of course none of this applies to him. I think it is outrageous actually, but it is the same as when he says we all have to be compassionate when they are not compassionate to their own parents and family, that we can only have 2 children when it TMS none of his business really, and jet sets. Princess Margaret's life in the spotlight has been likened to growing up in a zoo by friend Susanna Constantine. Susanna was close friends with Margaret when she dated her son David Armstrong Jones. The couple were together during the 1980s, when she grew closer to the Queen TM's sister. The Queen emerged as the 5th most successful brand in the world in a recent poll, with the results suggesting Prince Harry and Meghan Markle may face an uphill battle to establish their brand away from the shadow of the royal family. Speaking to US Weekly's Royally US podcast, royal expert Nick Bullen stressed how the Queen alone is brand Britain and is bigger than Nike, Ferrari and Pepsi combined. Mr. Bullen explained how the Queen beats everybody in the brand race and only falls one place behind household names such as Apple, Amazon, and Facebook. His comments come as commentators have speculated how the Sussexes are engaging in a brand war with Buckingham Palace as they launch multi-million-dollar commercial projects, such as Spotify deals and a new Netflix documentary series, but he ensured that Her Majesty represents a brand 1,000 years old, and is the human being in the top brass of world brands. Prince Charles has found the fallout from Megxit really hard, it has been claimed. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle quit royal duties last year for a new life in America, and since then the Duke of Sussex has laid bare his rift with his father. An insider claimed the Prince of Wales has been affected very deeply by Megxit, with Camilla said to be a big support. The source told The Telegraph, "It is not an exaggeration to say she has been his rock throughout this crisis. She has been the one who has kept him on track. It was really hard for him." Prince Edward's Paralympic role is at risk of being overshadowed by Kate and Prince William. The Earl of Wessex, who is patron of Paralympics GB, wished athletes good luck ahead of the Tokyo Games. But the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge later posted their own message of support at risk of eclipsing Edward. The Earl's video message was posted on the royal family's Twitter and Instagram as Edward does not have his own social media accounts. William and Kate, who are known for their love of sport, shared their message on their Kensington royal Twitter page. The ongoing crisis in Afghanistan may have an impact on a royal tradition at Balmoral this summer. The Queen traditionally invites her Prime Minister to stay at Balmoral Castle for a weekend during her summer break. The monarch is widely believed to have extended an invitation to Boris Johnson and his pregnant wife Carrie for this year too. The couple and their son Wilfred have yet to travel north of the border for a face-to-face meeting with the Queen. And the crisis raging in Afghanistan may make it more difficult for the Prime Minister to be able to spend a weekend in Scotland with Her Majesty. Prince George's future education brings difficulties for Prince William and Kate, the Duchess of Cambridge, as they try to raise the future king in line with modern times. Royal commentator Joe Drake told Royally Us, "The whole news topic this week has been about William and Kate raising the future King of England in modern times. I'm not sure if sending him to boarding school equates to him being raised in modern times. That's not going against boarding school. I feel, for me as someone who went to public school, that it's a really unique experience that I think you can learn a lot from, but I'm not sure if that works with the generation below us, the Prince Georges of the world. I think it might be better for him to have a different education. I don't know what that would entail though, because I do think him going to some random school may be tough because he's the future king." Katie Harris taking over live reporting from Stephen Brown. Prince William and Kate Middleton are the parents of 3 children, and their parenting style has been labeled impossible to rehearse by an expert. Sami Wonder, a dating and relationship expert, heaped praise on the Duke and Duchess' trademark decision to bring him to Wembley. She told Express.co.uk, I thought it was a really positive move. It makes them much more reachable and far less exclusive. I think we know that William and George are heirs to the throne, and they show up despite COVID and those things in a stadium with 100,000 other fans. I think it TMS a very positive sign of being modern, being a part of modern society and not somebody who TMS arrogant, and stuck up and stuck in a castle somewhere inaccessible. Prince Harry is under pressure after using a private jet again, despite urging people around the world to help curb human-induced global warming. The Duke of Sussex is facing criticism after he took a 2-hour flight home to California on a private jet this weekend. He had taken part in a charity polo match in what was his first public appearance since the birth of his daughter, Lilibet, in June. A 20-seat Gulfstream jet, reportedly belonging to one of his polo friends, businessman Mark Ganzi, took him back. In recent years, Harry and Meghan Markle have been outspoken about the impact of climate change and the urgency in the changes people need to make on a daily level. Princess Marie of Liechtenstein has died aged 81, just days after suffering a stroke. Princess Marie died on August 21 at 4:43 p.m., an official statement confirmed. The wife of Hans Adam II, the reigning Prince of Liechtenstein, passed away in hospital in Garbs, in Switzerland, surrounded by her family. The princess, born in 1940, was taken to hospital last Wednesday after she suffered a stroke. Since that episode, Princess Marie's health continued to deteriorate up until her death, the statement said. The Queen is said to have spent a relaxing day out at one of her most beloved Scottish beauty spots. Queen Elizabeth II, 95, reportedly travelled 8 miles from Balmoral for a picnic on Monday, according to royal commentator Richard Eden. He claimed the monarch visited Glenmick, known to be a beauty spot favourite by the sovereign. Prince William is unable to comment on Afghanistan as he risks defying royal protocol, something which his brother Prince Harry is not subjected to as he stepped back from royal duties. The future king, who has completed more than 7 years of full-time military service, is likely to be heartbroken by his inability to comment on the devastation caused in the Middle East. In 2010, William commented on his intention to serve in Afghanistan like his brother Harry, saying he had a real determination to go out there, but security issues were raised to prevent this, especially after Harry was extracted over safety concerns in 2008. As a future king and senior royal, the Duke of Cambridge has to remain politically neutral, and therefore cannot comment on the current climate in Afghanistan. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's wedding reception was a wild affair with dance-offs and beer pong, a documentary has revealed. Meghan and Harry invited Corden to their spectacular wedding in 2018. Held at Frogmore House in Windsor, 200 guests let their hair down at a raucous bash, according to The Mirror. In Channel 5 TMS 2020 documentary Meghan, Where Did It All Go Wrong? Royal author Katie Nicholl recalled the glitzy occasion. She said, George Clooney was serving up cocktails and whisking Meghan and Kate around the dance floor. There was a dance-off, instigated by James Corden, between William, Charles, and Harry. I think it was really just a fantastic night where the couple were able to do things their way, from serving dirty burgers at midnight out of posh burger stalls in the grounds of Frogmore's, to handing out monogrammed slippers so that their guests, in those 6-inch Louboutins or whatever they were wearing, could rest their weary feet come the end of the night. Royal residencies across the country are open for visiting, and royal fans love to visit the range of historical castles, palaces, and Highland estates. The royal family own 26 homes around the country, some of which are residencies of individual members, and others are former palaces converted into museums. A study by Norfolk holiday providers Ket Country Cottages has looked at a range of different categories to name the UK's top royal residence. The UK is home to many fantastic royal residences ranging from Buckingham Palace, the official London residence of the Queen, to Sandringham House in Norfolk, which is where the royal family spend Christmas. The Queen is unlikely to welcome a new storyline in the upcoming 5th season of Netflix's drama The Crown, it has been claimed. The long-term friendship between Prince Philip and Penny Knatchbull is to be featured in the next episodes of the Netflix fictional show portraying the lives and woes of the royal family. But one TV insider believes the Windsors will be far from pleased to see this association portrayed on screen. The insider told The Sun, "The highly personal relationship is unlikely to be welcomed as a storyline by the Queen or the rest of the royal family." Meghan Markle's beloved UK animal charity Mail has issued a statement about their Afghanistan projects being suspended due to the current crisis. The charity, founded in 1886 and of which the Duchess of Sussex is a patron, issued a Twitter statement explaining that their ongoing programs based in the region have ceased due to the Taliban takeover. The devastating statement refers to continued concern from followers due to the team the charity has based in Afghanistan for their ongoing projects. The charity, whose work helps tackle causes of animal abandonment and neglect and supports vulnerable people to stay with their companion pets, has been affected by events in the region as the Taliban took control after 20 years of war. The statement confirmed that work cannot remain ongoing due to the current conditions, by saying, "Mail Afghanistan has been operating 2 programs in Kabul, mass rabies vaccination and neutering. Both of these programs remain suspended." Kate, Duchess of Cambridge, and Prince William issued a poignant message to British athletes taking part in the Paralympics. Kate and Prince William took to Twitter to wish Team GB the best as the Tokyo 2020 Paralympics begin. They wrote from their social media account, wishing at Paralympics GB and all the athletes from around the world the best of luck in this year's #Paralympics. We can TMT wait to see the talent and skill displayed over the next 2 weeks. #impossible to ignore. Prince Edward and Sophie, Countess of Wessex, are one of the strongest couples within the royal family, and Edward is the only child of the Queen to never divorce. While many of the royal marriages of their generation sadly ended in divorce, Sophie and Edward TM's love story has lasted well into the 21st century. Royal expert Ingrid Seward has said, "The failures of the marriages of Edward's beloved sister Anne and then, in rapid and ever more embarrassing succession, Andrew and Charles, made him even more determined to put caution before commitment." Since marrying, the couple has welcomed 2 children. Their eldest daughter Lady Louise Windsor was born in 2003 and their son James, Viscount Severn, in 2007. Both Edward and Sophie are regulars on the royal engagement calendar, and Sophie is meant to be a firm favourite with the Queen due to never causing drama.